we go.
The psychological program.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Welcome to Wandering About Wyoming, where we talk about stuff about Wyoming that we've noticed, seen, or found interesting. Today we have a very good friend of ours and two canine lovers.
They're not my lovers.
Not his lovers.
Or anyone's lovers, I don't think. I think they're spayed.
Have they ever been lovers or had lovers?
They're platonic lovers.
Oh, how did they show each other affection?
They sleep together
Mm-hmm.
and snuggle.
And see, I'm slowly kicking him out so I can sit here. So you've been to Wyoming, correct? Tell our viewers about that. What's Wyoming like to you?
It's pretty dry and hot in summer,
Mm-hmm.
but it also has some cool mountains.
What mountains have you been to?
Bighorn.
Oh, I've been actually meaning to go there, but it's
Snowy
gorgeous. Yeah.
It's very pretty. And it's very different ecosystems from the middle of Wyoming and southern Wyoming.
Uh-huh.
It was mostly desert.
Yeah.
Where's Bighorn?
It's
Southwest?
northeast.
It's kind of yeah.
Southwest is a Medicine Bow and the Snowy Range.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to those two?
Mm-hmm.
What are those like? Tell our viewers.
Sure. It's a mountain range.
Yeah.
About 10,000 feet
Uh-huh.
high. So it's a subalpine, an alpine ecosystem
Mhm.
there. And in summer you go hike and in the winter you ski.
Apparently there's a 10,800 foot mountain just southwest of us called it's the Ferris Mountain Range, and there's like no real roads in it, and it's almost considered wilderness area at this point. They just haven't technically designated it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I want to eventually figure out how we can all get a hike in there because it's really gorgeous. It's like just southwest of the reservoir.
Hmm.
So
If it's wilderness you should not have any problem.
yeah, it's just more of like finding parking that's not on private property and such.
Mm-hmm.
Today we went to Costco and stocked up for the winter. We had
Because
to,
we're not in Wyoming at the time of this filming.
yeah, there's no Costco's in Wyoming. Okay. So what's you guys' spirit animals? A Wyoming animal. It has to be about Wyoming, so it has to be a creature. And why a creature in that environment? Okay. I would be a beaver because I think they're really cute and squiggly, and they also are very productive creatures. They're always going at it. And they have big teeth.
Do you feel like you have big teeth?
Yeah, I think I have the biggest teeth.
Because I think you have small teeth.
You told me that.
Ray's teeth are bigger.
Ray
Okay.
has really large teeth.
Mm-hmm.
How about you guys? I'm taking that after touching my toe.
I guess I've seen a pronghorn more than any other animal besides a squirrel in Wyoming.
I've seen a lot of birds.
That's true. I have seen a lot of birds.
Wyoming spirit animal.
I'm thinking.
Mm.
I was gonna say buffalo, but
Mm.
I think it's Montana.
Maybe we have buffalo in Wyoming.
I believe the bison is the frequent symbol
Also-
of Wyoming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I see. Just because I think it's for me it's one of the most unusual animals I've seen.
Mm-hmm. They're very unusual shape. So,
And also Rosie.
Rosie, oh yeah. For sure. This doggy's name is Rosie.
This is a bad doggy.
What have you noticed?
Bad dog.
What have you noticed in Wyoming lately, Ray? Since our last talk.
It seems warm at the moment.
It was negative 18 on Monday.
Yeah.
It's very cold.
Yeah, but it's like warm relative to what
40
it was.
degrees is like t-shirt weather. Huh?
Yeah, it was warm relative to what it was.
40 felt Fahrenheit.
But also people are, I feel like, very willing to just talk to you at all. Like, without filtering themselves. That's something I think I can safely say now. Like if you talk to someone at the store, or if you meet someone on the side of the road, it seems like they just interact with you like you're normally a part of their lives. There's usually like a separation, a little bit of a separation in most other places, where, if you go to a store or talk to someone, they won't just like tell you whatever is on their mind. They will only tell you things that they feel like they're allowed to talk about as a employee of that store. And I feel like in Casper so far that I have not encountered that. Like, they will just say
Anything.
yeah, whatever they would normally say, I think, too. So
We were in the Alibi Bar, which is a dive bar off of Yellowstone. It's pretty great, pretty good people in there. And there was a gal talking to a guy in there that they seemed to be dating, and she was like, look, if she's 25 and hasn't had kids yet, you gotta wonder what's wrong. And she was like, I don't mind that you like someone else, but stop stringing me along. She's 25 and hasn't had kids yet. She just kept driving that home. And she's like, I'm beautiful, and I don't need to waste my time in this way. It was very, very forward, but very fun to hear. We also got free steaks that night.
Nice.
People give us meat.
Meat?
Yeah, there's some lady that walks around selling meat, and then somebody bought it and gave it to us.
It's also a great place to live.
Yeah. Pretty great.
When I was in Wyoming at the gas station once, and the cashier heard my accent when he asked where I was from, and he said, "Welcome to United States." That was very sweet.
That is very sweet. Aw. See, Miami's got nice people. We were in the library, this is the other instance, and we had walked out, and some guy drove past us and was like, I just want to be loved. And then we met, he drove off, and we ended up on the intersection at the same place he was, and he just looked back at us and shrugged. He's like, I just want to be loved. And then Ray said his buddy was sitting in the car next to him, and he was like, looks like your buddy's doing a good job. And he's like, what did he say?
I said, doesn't your buddy love you?
Did he say, I guess so, or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dramatic.
Yeah. We missed a burlesque show that was being shown at the Bourgeois Pig today or tomorrow?
Yesterday?
Is it the 3rd today?
Yesterday was the
It's the
3rd.
4th.
Okay, then yesterday. They have little peak burlesque things down at the coffee shop at that place that we were telling you that Dee almost got a gig for brunch. You gotta go to that one of the days.
Brunch and Beats.
Brunch and Beats.
Sunday at the Bourgeois Pig.
That's right, Sunday morning.
What is the average age of the population, in your opinion?
There's a lot of kids, but I think it's older people, like over 50, and then like
Under 20.
yeah, the demographics on Wikipedia, like it's the average age is like what, 34? right? What was it, 32?
I think it's younger than that, but it's like a meme.
That's the main, yeah. I just interact with kids and old people, but I do see a lot of young people here and there.
Like on the street and stuff. Just like, I mean, in town.
The people we see in town are what I would imagine that most people think are vagrants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray.
Like, I think, like, just walking around on the street, I feel you don't usually see most of the people walking around on the street. It's usually,
Oh my god.
like, maybe men between 23 and 70 who are probably from probably have, like, not much income.
I see. Maybe someone who doesn't have like a day job,
Mm-hmm.
full-time job. I see.
But I guess it's quite varied inside the like restaurants and stuff. But I do think that most of the people I see outside of the gym are in their late 30s to 60s.
Mm-hmm. Sounds right.
What is it here?
It's a college town, so I think it will be lower
Mm-hmm.
just because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But also there are many like young people, and I think many people who like young families,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe like early 40s and such.
Is this Fort Collins?
And also older people.
Some
Because I feel like there's
salad.
a lot of
Sorry.
young people.
Young people, sorry. I was like, you want some seaweed salad?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's very interesting tasting. It's very sour. Well, do we want to read any of my other Wyoming facts, or
We don't have the almanac this
don't
week.
have an almanac? Dan.
But tell us a little bit about the fungus of Wyoming.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You can find fungus in Wyoming. You can find mushrooms up in the mountains. And I think from both sides in Bighorn and Pole Mountain, which is, I think is close to you. I think it's like southern Wyoming. Or Medicine Bow. Or Shoshone National Forest. And there's also a lot of fungus that eats other things in the forest. Like trees and such.
Mm-hmm. And are there funguses like that that are there but not in Colorado or Montana?
Yes, but I think mostly it's because those species of trees do not grow here.
Mm-hmm.
One of my volunteering ladies at the hospice has a son who at one point was doing mushroom hunting classes on the Casper Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen her since, so I can't ask her
Mm.
who he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very common here too.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of mushrooms have you eaten from Wyoming, if any?
From Wyoming I haven't, but from Colorado it's morels and chanterelles and bleeds.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume similar in Wyoming. I actually seen some bleeds. One was summers there. So that's mushrooms.
I see.
They're there.
Wyoming has its fungus.
Mm-hmm.
How was your ice fishing thing the other day, right?
Well, I began digging into the ice. Well, before I started digging into the ice, I guess.
Where did you go?
Around Big Muddy Pond, along the North Platte, which they say isn't a great site, but that's pretty much why I went there. Is because I figure I can start small in an area that is very accessible to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure if there was enough ice to hold me up, so I walked around and started putting a tent pole into the ice and hitting it with a axe, well, the hammer side of an axe. And then it seemed that the ice was thick enough, so I went further and further, and then eventually I went to the middle, and then I started digging a hole in the ice with the tent pole and the axe by making little holes and then connecting the holes by hitting them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got about 4 inches in, and then water started filling the hole. And so every time I hit the hole, water splashed on top of me. And so I just kept on doing that for a while until I realized that my right hand was soaked and was starting to get cold. So then I retreated back to civilization.
Oh, that was it? Yeah, I guess it makes
Yeah.
sense if you got
You didn't even go all the way down.
No, I never got to the bottom.
So yesterday I went skiing and on our drive we saw a large reservoir that was frozen and cars were driving
On it?
on it.
Wow.
Whoa.
Like big trucks. So
I don't know. That's very, very bold.
Uh-huh. But that's also how thick the ice gets. So I was like probably in Wyoming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just don't, I'd walk out there, but to take a huge multi-ton.
Uh-huh, I wouldn't, yeah.
This week we had a really cold day on Monday through Wednesday, and so I couldn't go up to the mountain. And I do stuff on the mountain. And we were snowshoeing around, and there were a lot of fox tracks. There were a lot of fox poops and peas where they were marking their territory. We found, strangely, some either like elk or mule deer fur, looking more like mule deer fur, really high up on the mountain, which is unusual because the snow is so deep and they can't really find food. And then, of course, a lot of snowmobile tracks around not their property. So, but it was nice. It was a beautiful last 2 days of snowshoeing around and getting sunburnt. And I was so tired last night with my eyeballs because it was just the glare of the sun on the snow is so intense.
You should get like a ski goggles.
I have them. I can't remember where I put them. I should find them at some point.
Uh-oh.
Rough.
And that's Wondering About Wyoming. Thanks for joining us today.
Bye.
Very, very chill episode.